Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. This is episode 5 of Magnets and Mental Health. I'm Terry from Essex Magnet Hunters, and tonight we will not be getting joined by Beth Charles. Her daughter is not well. So I hope you'll all join me in wishing Beth's daughter a speedy recovery, and let's hope she gets better soon. But yes, it's going to be an interesting episode tonight. I've got you in portrait mode right now because we are going to have a special guest joining very soon. So I'm just waiting for him to turn up, and I'll quickly run the intro anyway. Oh dear. Right, hello everyone. Let's check to see if our guest has turned up yet. He's not in the room yet, but he'll be here shortly. I don't want to give it away as to who it is. But he discovered something rather grisly at a recent magnet fishing event. And that's why we're going to have him on today. So, hi Rughampton Raiders, hi Slack Clan, hi Barry, hi Claire, Reese Inns, how you doing? How you doing, Reese Inns? Can't say that's a name I recognise. Thanks for joining. We're literally just waiting on our guest now. We should be here any time. I will let you into a little secret. West Ham played today quite early on, 12:30 kickoff, and we beat Chelsea 3-2. Well, about an hour and a half ago, after another Premier League match, which I watched Liverpool win in the last minute, and then I thought I'll have a lay down. This was about 5 to 6, and I checked my watch. I was literally drifting in and out, and I was literally someone's trying to they can't find it. I was literally just about to fall asleep, and I checked my watch, and it was 5 to 7, and we go live at 7. So anyway, without further ado, please welcome on. It's Vinny. How you doing, Sunshine?
You're right, man. I'm good. Just having a fag, so.
Don't apologise, mate. I was actually looking for my tobacco. I've got some Newcastle Brown Ale. I've just been telling everyone, mate. I nearly fell asleep. It was 5 to 7. It was 5 to 7. I'm laying on my bed and I looked at my watch and I'm like, 5 minutes, mate. So I had to quickly get everything together. But
well, I looked at the clock and I was like, oh no, me and the missus ain't at dinner yet. I'm like, oh, it's 6:15 already. Damn, like.
No.
Put it in the oven. It was done at 7:15. I've just managed to eat it quick.
Thank God for that.
And so,
what'd you have? Anything nice?
Chicken.
What'd you have?
Southern fried chicken, garlic mushrooms, and some scampi.
Sounds nice, mate. Sounds nice. So, how are you keeping anyway?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. So,
yeah, go on, mate. Go on. You're breaking up a little bit, so don't worry. Go and get yourself. What did I do with my tobacco? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I can hear the baby.
Yeah, she's a bit whingy, bless her.
How is she, mate?
Yeah, she's doing all right though. You know, she's 4 months old now, so
4 months old. That's gone
she's
quick,
a
isn't
bit
it, mate?
whingy.
That's gone quick. That is. So anyway, Vinny, I haven't really spoken to you since the Manchester collab. Well, really, I met you at the Birmingham collab. I haven't met you since. But at the Manchester collab, you had a grizzly find, didn't you?
Yep.
What was that like? Can you tell everyone what it was that you found?
Basically, it was a deceased body. Just it didn't shock me at first seeing it. It was, you know, I was panicky a bit. I had to get a fag and get some sugar in me. And go and
Could
get
you
beer
tell
as well.
instantly that it was a body?
It didn't hit me straight away until the Wednesday afterwards.
Right.
So roughly 2 or 3 days was when it hit me. I sat down, burst out crying. I started getting really angry. Just speaking to my missus like she was a piece of shit, really, you know. And that's when I realised, look, I need help because she don't deserve it. You know, she knows obviously what I've gone through, so obviously it was on her mind as well. When but yeah, the Monday after and the Tuesday after, I had some really, really weird, strange dreams. You know, I was seeing a baby and a bouncer floating down the river.
Wow! Holy crap, man!
The next dream was there was a baby that was in a cupboard, and the cupboard was getting smaller and stuff. And then I kept seeing the guy's images in my head, and it took. I think I've been on tablets for 12 days now, but it took me a good week to try and get hold of mental health team, let them know how I was feeling. Everyone else I rang, ring this number, you know, and there was about 8 that I rang. And the 8th one said, ring this number, which was already the first number that I rang anyway. So I was going around in circles. So the missus rang the doctors and told the doctors what was going on, basically. Then they gave me a call, I think the next day, and I told them everything. And they said, look, we'll put you on antidepressants and let you know what's going on, basically. So yeah, I've been on them for about 12 days. They are helping. They're still, you know, the odd sort of flashbacks I get, because the initial shock of finding the body reminded me of when I was 8 and seeing my little brother nearly die, and he nearly drowned at Hemsby Beach in the sea. So seeing that and being an ex-lifeguard myself was kind of, you know, I've seen it all before. And
so did it instantly look like a dead body? Did you know instantly that it was a body?
I didn't know instantly. I had to ask Michael, that's Brad.
Right.
Just because of the day, 31st, you know, October, Halloween, you know, you don't know whether it's
couldn't make it up, mate.
Or
no, absolutely.
You know,
is it a guy Fawkes? Yeah.
So I had to ask him, look, is this real? And he went, you know, what have you found? And I said, look, you know, I need to know if that's real or not. And he said, yeah, that's real. And then he got on the phone to the police straight away. Yeah, we had Sophie taping it all off. She taped the area off, basically. But
so did the police not offer you to see anyone on their medical?
Basically, because it was in Manchester, it was kind of their police would liaise with the Cambridgeshire police.
Right, okay.
But the Cambridgeshire police didn't get in contact or anything with me regarding anything. It was just they took my statement, basically, and that was it, and left it as that. Yeah.
Well, that's wrong, isn't it? I mean, you hear all these things on TV about victim support, and specially trained officers that are supposed to be there for situations where things arise, where people see something that's a little bit extraordinary, something that is a bit, you know, different from the normal, which I'd certainly imagine seeing a dead body would classify.
I mean,
but it's unreal, mate.
like me and Martin went up to Leicester just on Tuesday, and I pulled out a steel toe cap, but once the boots started coming out of the water, I dropped the magnet straight back in the water, and I said to Martin,
shit.
look, I've just
You
had a
thought-
flashback, you know, and
Yeah.
I said I don't know what it is, but I've just, you know, had a flashback, so I pulled it out, and luckily it was just a boot. But this is where now I'm starting to think, all these clothes people are pulling out, whilst magnet fishing, all these steel toe cap boots people are pulling out, these missing people that have been missing for 30, 40 years. Drain the rivers. Drain the rivers and drain the canals.
Yeah.
You know,
you know why they won't do that though, Vinny?
No.
It's all because of this, mate.
Yeah.
It's all because of the green note, you know what I mean?
You know, that's what my thought was instantly, you know, how many clothing have I pulled out, you know, that could have
been attached to somebody else before yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. You don't think of it, do you?
Now.
When you pull out a boot or a trainer or an item of clothing, you don't know if that's been pulled off of a body that's lying at the bottom. Because obviously a body ain't going to be magnetic.
No, yeah.
So you're only going to attach yourself to any magnetic items that are going to be on the body.
This is my sort
scary, mate.
I was talking to like us Peterborough a lot. Like we've got a close connection and everything, and we're always there for each other. Me and Martin, you know, he's the best man at the wedding because of how supportive he's been in that. And just me and him, you know, we went out on the Tuesday after the Halloween collab just to go down the river and just to talk and all that, because he had flashbacks and he was, you know, finding it hard as well, you know, and it did affect a lot of us. Just I know there's a few people that it affected, but people deal with it differently.
Yeah.
I'm
just going to let her out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Come on, you, Mrs. Oh, it's only a small place, and if I don't let her out, mate, she'll just we won't hear nothing but your barking, will we? Hey, darling. So she's gone out there. 10 seconds later, I walks back in without doing nothing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And then bark again in 5 minutes, wanting to go out.
Mate, 50 times a day.
Yeah.
Minimum 50 times a day. I'm getting up, going to that back door, and I'll probably 10 times she'll either want to go in or go out. The rest of the time, she just wants to play. She's so playful, bless her. But no, honestly, Vinny, as soon as we heard about that, me and Beth, we both said you'd make an ideal candidate to come on now. Because, well, I'm actually quite gobsmacked as to what you said regarding the mental health. But it's not the first time I've heard it in the last couple of weeks. I've heard it in the last couple of weeks where people have really reached out because they've been really, really struggling.
Yeah.
And there was a post in our Facebook group where someone rang the Samaritans, and it took them, I don't know, I think it was like a day and a half to actually finally properly get through to someone. And it's wrong, you know. And this is what people have got to realise, when, you know, all these magnet fishing groups are doing wonderful job raising money for charities.
Yeah.
But when you raise money for a charity, 5% of that money reaches the actual charity itself.
Yeah, exactly.
And 95% of it goes to the executives, to administration, to their volunteer workers.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just goes to show that the money isn't really getting through to the people that it should be getting through to.
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid, if the crisis team weren't there for me when I really needed them, mate, me and you wouldn't be having this conversation now.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, to think that they was really there with open arms for me, but that was pre-COVID. And then COVID hit the world. All of a sudden, everyone's penny pinching. Everyone's trying to save money. All departments are trying to save money. Furlough scheme has skinted people. It's skinted governments. It's raised debt. And it's I think it is quite disgusting. And to think that actually happened to somebody that found a dead body and wasn't offered the support that possibly you needed at the time.
Yeah,
and I mean, like you said, you're still going to get flashbacks, huh?
I was having flashbacks. I was having suicidal thoughts because of it, and I was getting so angry with myself, and just because of, you know, of what I discovered, and it was it was trying to understand why I'm going through the pain, why I'm so angry, why I'm so,
Mm. And that's where you could have done with a therapist.
Yeah, that
You
that's
know,
what, that. I mean, fair play mental health. Some of them are charities and all that, and I know it takes time and all that, but a day's late, even 10 minutes. 10 minutes time is too late sometimes.
absolutely.
I've had my best mate. He took his own life about 7 years ago. He was on the phone to Samaritans and they said, "Oh, we'll give you a call within a half an hour." But literally 20 minutes later, that was it. He took and gone. And that's what I mean. Even half an hour is too long. It's you kind of want
don't know,
someone.
do you?
This is why I think if I found it on my own, at the Manchester club, and there weren't anyone around, I think it would have been worse. But because I know there's a good tight community, and I had Martin there with me all day as well, making sure I was all right, and
yeah.
Thank
God that you weren't alone.
I mean, it's a good community, everyone does stick, when it's going good, it goes good,
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
Me and Soph, yeah, we fell out, but we've patched things up and spoke, because it was just
it's always going to happen in the community, mate. You're never going to see eye to eye with every single person.
It was just the emotions running high, basically, when it happened.
I
said things, other people said things, and it was kind of right. We need to just get this off our chest, air it open, and just basically speak again.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just dwell in the past or stuff. You need to try and build better.
Absolutely. You can try and build bridges, and if they don't succeed, then you can block people.
That's what
and
I
then
say,
what you can't see can't hurt.
Yeah.
And I think that's something in the Magnificent community, especially. I think it is. It's rife with people with mental health, and it's rife with the fact that there's like, I don't know what the word is. The proper word, I suppose, would be competition, and it shouldn't be about competition.
Nah.
It shouldn't be about who's better than anyone else or anything like that. We're all as good as one another. We're all human, and we all bleed. We all feel pain. We all experience loss.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think just a little bit more compassion, maybe in the Magnificent community, wouldn't go amiss. But it seems like like yourself, drag the mag. You're doing very well, Vinny. I did hear you saying that you was going to look into possibly a change of the name or the logo.
I'm thinking of just another channel. Have Drag the Mag Fishing, but another channel for where I go to town and do a little what's going on in town and basically urban exploring something. So just something different.
Well, maybe incorporate that with your existing channel now.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing like playlists.
That's what we do. We have playlists on our YouTube.
I've got to do one because me and Martin are hitting up Leicester again. I think we're going to do it for 7 weeks running.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Leicester's got that dodgy bit though with the grenades, don't you?
There's just so much river there. Just so much. You couldn't do just one stretch in one day.
It's like that in Essex, mate. Yeah. Honestly, I could take you to a place in Harwich. It would take us weeks to do it all. Weeks and weeks, you know what I mean? And then you've got all the fucking canals in around Romford, Gidea Park, and there's just so much. There's an abundance of water.
Yeah.
And an abundance of water that ain't CRT covered either.
Yeah.
So we still don't know exactly what's going on with that behind the scenes.
It's the same as Peterborough, we do my mate Kieran, the Iron Inspector, he went under the train bridge and he was still putting all train clips out and train parts. And the amount of times we've, been there and it's still giving and giving and giving,
This is where I don't agree. I don't agree where sometimes you see a Magnificent and it'll be like, I don't want to give out a location because I don't want it being fished prior to going there.
Yeah.
Which I can understand that to a degree if you found that little spot. But no, unless it's completely privately owned, it's each to their own. It should be. And look at Adam. Adam got 7 videos out from that little bridge in that tiny little remote part of Essex near Braintree.
Yeah.
And on his 7th visit, he pulled out a blinking blank fire and a handgun.
Jeez.
But we, you know, me and Pete had been there with him 3 weeks previous to that, and none of us had attacked it. So history is just it's depths upon depths upon depths, mate.
Yeah.
You know, there's you've got levels to the Earth's surface, and it's the same with a riverbed. You know, there's literally, you've got your mud, you've got your silt, you've got your mud, and then you've got layers upon layers upon layers of history. And with the magnets that are coming out being so strong, of course, everyone's now starting to pull out some absolutely amazing finds week after week, which is quite good. But how do you think that the hobby itself? How do you think does it improve your mental health? Does it give you some kind of reason to, you know?
It does. The reason why I started magnet fishing in the first place was I weren't thinking like, oh, what am I going to find? Or, you know, it was a case of I was already litter picking and I was already helping the environment out and just clearing rubbish from town. So when I saw it on YouTube, I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's clean the rivers up. You know, let's help wildlife, basically.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, you know, it's the same with us Peterborough lads. We don't do it because, oh, we're going to find something or, oh, we want it. You know, we're all doing it because
just a bonus
we're clearing the rivers out. You know, if you find something good, you find something good.
Yeah,
but we don't get it. We would take it away. You know, when it does help the mental health. You know, you sort of go out with your mates and all that, and you can have a right laugh. And you know, me and Martin always have banter. You know, we're always getting on, and you know, never once have we had a problem or, you know, and we've both in our videos said, you know, he's put my name and put my code for my discount thing in his video, and I've done the same. You know, because it's we don't care what magnets you use. You know, you're doing it for a reason, and that reason is to clean the rivers. You know, you got them glory hunters that will just go out, you know, trying to look for something, and you know, I've seen it before. People pull out stuff, oh, I don't want that, and they're throwing it back, and then they get something cool, and it's like, oh, I'll take that home. Well, why not? You know. No,
that's the wrong aspect, and that's the people we don't want to attract to the hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's people like yourself and Martin that do such a wonderful job in clearing your own scrap as well, or certainly arranging for it to be cleared if you don't clear it yourself.
We have to, yeah. We try and clear most of it we can, you know. Even rubbish and that, we've got separate bags. We put all plastic in and clothing.
That's really good.
Brush, and we've even got a what's it called, a jet wash that runs off a car battery.
Okay.
In case we need to wash the parts down, you know. So we are.
Yeah, we use a little rubber broom, but that's an even better idea. That is, because there's nothing better than showing the general public that you're going to leave the place in a better looking than what it was when you first turned up.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And that's hard to do. But if you make that effort and you show that, then the public ain't silly. Well, you know, they can see that we're doing the environment well.
We had it in Leicester on the first, not the Tuesday just gone, but the Tuesday before, and CRT, there was 2 workers, they walked past, and they were just looking at the finds, because me and Martin put a pile of our good finds together, so when people walk past and go, oh, what you found, we don't want to keep going.
Absolutely,
like, oh, it's just there on the floor, have a look. So then we thought, oh, they're taking photos, like. So I've gone up and said, oh, sorry, mate, we will be moving it. They went, no, don't worry, and all that. And they said, we can see you've got a bucket there, you're putting all the scrap in it, and we can see you piling up nice. So we say, yeah, we're going to get the car and go and pick it up. So we cleared it all and everything, and I'm hoping now where if we go there and we see them, they're going to be like, you know what, thanks.
Yeah.
You know,
it sounds like it. Yeah.
You know, we let you carry on.
Oh, that's wonderful, mate. That is really, really good. And I think, you know, what you're doing together with Martin, you know, you guys in Cambridge in general, you seem to be doing it the right way. And indeed. Come here, so you can come on camera. Come here. Come on in. What's this? Come here. She's looking at me like, what? Indeed. Who's that? Who's that, darling?
She's
who's that? Yeah, gorgeous until she starts bloody barking at you, mate. It goes in one ear and it just really, goes
Does she
right
dribble
through
a
you,
lot?
doesn't it? But no, it is. But no, blimey, mate. Honestly, so you got any plans of going out this weekend?
Say that again.
You got any plans on going out this weekend?
No, just I think tomorrow. Sometimes I'll go out on a Sunday magnet fishing. It just depends on who's going. Like me and Martin, we've got every Tuesday we go out because that's when he's off.
Okay.
So yeah, Sunday. You know, I might go down the river or see who's about or whatever. You know, but yeah, it's just quite want him.
Let's have a quick look at these chat messages, mate.
I can't
God,
even see chat messages.
there's been so many. No, because of what we use, the StreamYard that it's called. It is unless you're the host, you can see it, you can click into it, but when you click into it, you come off the camera. So there is a little bit where you can click on comments.
Oh, it's got something saying chat.
Thank you everyone for the comments. Top Ball. It's quite funny, really. Top Ball. She's. I announced it earlier that her daughter's not well, so.
Oh damn!
It's just me tonight, and that's why there's no Beth Charles. She got a very nasty message during the week. I don't know if you saw it, mate, but someone on her TikTok said something absolutely nasty, you know. Nasty. And it's knocked her for six. It's knocked her confidence. And right now, you know, as a community, as everyone rallied for me at the time, and as you know, me and you, we've always been there for one another in private.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think, you know, it'd be nice for the community as a whole to reach out to Beth right now.
Yeah.
You know, she's not a bad woman. We didn't always see eye to eye, but like you said yourself, you know, you can move on from things like this.
Yeah.
It makes people better people by forgiveness. And you know, I'm really glad that we forgave Beth Charles, and I'm really glad of the friendship that we now possess. You know, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one deserves to be threatened in the way that she was this week. So
no, you don't deserve it, to be honest.
Absolutely no, and there was just no need for it. And hi, Paul G. Hi, Scotty B. Patriots. Claire from Glasgow. Lee's Magneteers. Hello, Jenny. Oh, we've got so many in the chat, man. Emma.
All in the chat, aren't they?
Got loads in the chat. Loads in the chat. Feels a bit strange doing it without Beth, Vinny, because like obviously I've done every episode with Beth. And but at the same time, I go live, don't I? Most days.
Yeah.
So in some ways, it's just like an extension of my own life, but just on YouTube tonight. You know, so it's nice. But no, I hope you're having a nice night, Scotty. And yeah, no, it's been really, really interesting having you on and the insight into what it must be like to find a deceased body. Yeah. You know, that's something I hope that a lot of magnet fishers will never have to go through.
Yeah.
I mean, so your advice would be on finding a dead body is first of all to clarify that it is definitely a dead body.
Clarify that it's definitely, you know, a body and not just a mannequin.
Yeah.
Obviously, ring the police straight away. That's the protocol.
Absolutely.
If you've got any caution tape or anything, then obviously tape off the area as much as you can do before the police get there. Mm-hmm. A lot of people did ask me as well afterwards, well, didn't you pull the body out? You know, being an ex-lifeguard, yes, if he was still breathing or there was still a pulse, yes, I would have gone in and got him out.
Right.
But I knew he was deceased at that time. There was nothing more that I could have done.
No.
You know, without the proper professional stuff like the ambulances has got, you know, where they can try and revive people and stuff with medication or whatever. But yeah, I knew straight away, you know, deceased. There's, you know, plus when you find a dead body, one, I didn't know whether he was under the influence of drink or the other one.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or whether he's, you know, just walked along, nighttime, slipped, gone in, hit his head, or, you know,
This is it. You don't know. It could be a
cold has
million
got
and
to
one
him.
different reasons as to why he could have ended up in there.
Whether he was pushed in or anything. So, you know, my sort of thing would be just to leave the body in there, basically, if you can.
Yeah.
Because the post-mortem's gonna need to be done. If you're touching the body and all that, fingerprints and all that, you're just,
of course,
you know, tampering basically with evidence. But yeah, the police, fire brigade, ambulance, you know, they all done a fantastic job that day, you know. Just as well as the magnet fishers, you know, everyone just, you know, we was gonna stop it, just pack up basically, but we all decided to go ahead, raise money for Alfie, you know, and we all just took it under the chin basically and kept strong for the day and everything. You know, I've spoken to a few people that also witnessed the body, and yeah, they're still feeling the same. Had to get tablets and stuff like that. It's not one of them things that I thought I would have come across, magnet fishing. You know, it's the first one I've found, magnet fishing anyway. You know, I found a deceased body years back. This was, and that was just in an old abandoned asylum down in Bedford.
Right.
Well, Bedfordshire area, and there was a body in there, but it was all blood on the floor and a handprint on the door and all that. So I rang police, and apparently it was a murder victim or something.
Oh my word!
But that was a good 10, 15 year back, you know. So, but that was, you know, and then I thought, when I first started magnet fishing, I kept saying to everyone, I'd dread to pull a body out. I'd dread to, you know, it's one of them things you don't think you're going to find, or you don't think you're going to see, you know.
No.
Yeah, I feel sorry for everyone else that witnessed it as well, you know. I've only spoke to Soph, and I can't remember the other guy's name that was there.
I'm gonna look a bit crazy now, just because I look a bit like a puppet. When she starts pulling me on her toys, I'm only doing it. I am listening, Vinny.
Yeah. So yeah, I've only spoke to Soph and one other person from the thing, but I can't. No one else has popped up that was there to, you know, to find out how they're feeling about the whole case, basically, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, we witnessed it, but people deal with it in different ways. You know, I spoke to Michael, and he said, you know, he's seen a body before in the river and that, you know, and I thought, oh God. And then you know, I was speaking to my missus. We watch 2 channels on YouTube called Adventures with Purpose and Depths of History.
Okay.
And they go down and rescue cars out of rivers, and they find bodies, and, you know, they help the police with missing cases. I said to my missus, I found one body. These guys are finding loads. You know, how can they deal with it?
Yeah.
You know, and it goes on my mind, you know, helping, you know. My auntie, she wanted to work as an autopsy, I think it is, where they cut the bodies open and stuff. And I was just like, what? I was like, I couldn't, you know. I said, you've got to be in that mental state of frame if you want to do something like that, you know.
Yeah.
So.
No, mate. Honestly, it's just absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad that you decided to accept some invitation to come on.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you know, this is something that probably a hell of a lot of people in the magnet fishing community wanting to know about. Don't know you personally, probably didn't want to just randomly message you.
Yeah, message.
Oh, what's this about a dead body? Because weren't there something immediately afterwards where a few nasty things were said or something?
There was loads of things, you know. I said things that shouldn't have been said, but it's because of the comments that were left, you know, that were left to me and everything, you know. And
yeah,
you know, fair play. We, like I said, emotions were running high. People said things that shouldn't have been said. I've apologized to Soph. She's apologized to me. So me and her have patched things up.
Good.
You know, but I'm not here to cause arguments over magnet fishing or who's this, who's that, or you've got this magnet, you've got. I don't care what magnet you've got. I don't even care if you want to come along, bend down and put your hand in the river and start putting stuff out. You know.
Absolutely.
It's
I agree.
You're
and like, you know, also, you know, the likes of getting in the water. Some of us have to do it because financially it's not viable to lose these magnets.
No.
You know, and there's other people that kind of very very much so frown upon anyone that gets in. It's each to their own, mate. It's each to their own. We're all adults. We can all make our own decisions. We don't need to be told what we can and can't do.
Me and Martin got we've got bad comments and all that because he got in the river once, but you couldn't get the magnets off. There was this big rock in there, basically, with a metal bar. The metal bar was behind the big rock. So you're potentially trying to pull the metal bar over, but it's getting jammed behind the big rock. So it's not coming forward. It's not lifting it over because it's getting stuck. So we've already lost 2 magnets and 2 grapple hooks on there. And then, you know, my 550 got stuck on there and everything. So Martin's had to get in the water. But it was a clear day. You could pretty much see the bottom. The water weren't running. You know, it's the
I mean, the only time I would highly advise against getting in the water is if you're alone.
Yeah.
You know, providing you've got at least another adult with you that can, you know, contact the emergency services if they have to be called.
Well, we would say every time Martin gets in the river, I always put a rope around him or around his wrist, and then I'll hold on to it. And I'm like, if you get stuck, give 2 tugs, you know, or if you're all right, just give me 1 tug on the rope to know that you're right, you know.
And
very good idea. Watching him, you know, so then at least I can put him back. You know, and it's one of them things. You got to be so sure. You know, there was a time when we was in God Manchester, and got a grapple hook stuck, and I thought, you know, I can't afford to get another grapple hook. You know, Martin's given me the one that he had, you know, for helping him out with scrap and all that. So he's given me his one. We was battling with it for about 45 minutes, you know, and we had to get a scaffold bar, cut the rope, put the rope through the scaffold bar, then Martin had to lean out as if he was fishing with a pole and then hooked it from behind. It come off, but that took 45 minutes. But if we still couldn't have done that, that would have been a chance to then go, right, we're getting in the water. You know, there's people that would get their magnet stuck or grapple stuck. 2 minutes later, they're like, oh, I'm getting in the water.
At least try everything before that.
You know, try different angles, crossing the river, off a bridge. Even wait for a boat to come past, someone in a kayak or canoe.
Absolutely, kayak people can help. A canal, obviously, a proper canal riverboat is the best thing because then they're not going to.
The thing I would say, if you do get your magnet stuck on your own and you do want to get in the water, my advice would be to have an extra rope with you, tie the rope around your waist, and then around to some fencing or metal bar that's on the edge of the river, so that way you can still pull yourself in. Yeah, it's not a bad way, but basically, but you know,
I think when it comes to getting in the water, it's a case of, you know, if you financially can't afford to lose that magnet, and you want to carry on the hobby of magnet fishing, then, you know, sometimes you've got to weigh it up. Providing there's more than one adult with you, you're in a party of at least 2 people, then there should be no problem. Preferably, you need 3/4 length waders, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people get in without them. If you haven't got any waders and you've got a 300-pound magnet, you're going to get in. Yeah. You're going to get in. You know, providing you can swim. I don't think Pete would get in. numerous times we've nearly lost magnets,
Cool.
and it's always been Muggins here that always ends up getting in because I'm a good swimmer, and Pete can't swim, bless him. But yeah, no, we've nearly lost our magnets on more times than I've had hot dinners, mate. I'll tell you, and still to this day, touch wood, we haven't lost one. We've found a few that obviously weren't ours that come out attached to our magnet, which is always a bit of a bonus, a bit of a silly bonus, you know. And you think to yourself, wonderful, I'm going home with more magnets than I come home with today.
I think I've lost 3 and found 8. So,
Indeed, you know. Come here. This is what she keeps doing at the moment, and this is doing my nutting. Come here. What's this? What have I got? What's this? Quick. If I turn the camera right, you'll see what I mean. She's got a 4-litre milk bottle carton.
Oh my God,
she's taken out of a bin from outside, and then she brings it in, and then she empties the contents all over my bed.
Oh.
So I end up having old horrible milk. Well, I'm washing the bed every other day at the moment, really. You are a naughty girl. You're a naughty girl. And in the garden,
trying to teach you recycling,
mate. It's like having a teenage child that's rebelling against his parents. I tell her parents. She is a law to herself. I love her a bit, but you're testing me. You're testing me, ain't you?
Yeah, it's like at the moment, my 50. God, that's like 50. Looks like
it's a changing the subject, Winnie. You had a beautiful little girl this year, and is she still healthy? She's still everything going all right in that?
All healthy.
That's brilliant.
Trying to talk. She ain't said daddy yet, but she says nana, mama. Oh yeah.
Oh, I miss it so much, mate.
Where's mum? You know, and she's only 4 months old. She's got a couple of teeth coming through. Trying to take her first few steps as well. Obviously with help. Trying to sit up all week. She's been trying to sit up on her own as well. Yeah, I think she's gonna have a really big.
I'm losing your volume a little bit, Vinny.
Oh,
that's all I can hear now.
Yeah.
I lost your volume just a tad there.
Yeah, but she's trying to take her first few steps, you know, with help, and she's just so advanced.
No, that's wonderful
good,
to hear.
You know, I don't mind that, you know.
No, well, you seem to be doing a good job, mate. You seem to be doing a fantastic job where it comes to there. You know, we've all made mistakes in our life, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
And none of us deserve persecution forever.
Yeah.
You know, unless your name's Terry Wright, everyone else pretty much, you know, they get forgiven. But no, it's still, you know, what will be will be. Yeah, and we can't change that. And you know, I've just reading in one of these comments, Donna Hareen. Don't they advise not to get in with waders on in case you lose your footing and slip under the water? Well, when the two occasions that I got in, Donna, I got in with waders, and the water almost come up to where the top of the waders were, and that was very concerning because if the water was to go over the top, it would have probably sunk me.
Yeah.
But I had 5 adults watching me on the bridge. Most of them were laughing, but they were watching me. They were making sure that I was safe. So yes, Donna, they do say waders are for waters that is like waist height.
Yeah.
If it's going to be more than waist height, then preferably, yeah, I'd even say the waders is probably not the way to go. Get down to your underwear if you have to. Just get down to your underwear, get in. Sooner you get in, sooner you can get out, dry yourself, get your magnet back, and carry on going.
Yeah, another tip I do, which is really weird, if I know there's something in the water and I can't get it or anything, I'll take spare black electric tape with me. And I go off the bridge and I put the tape around the rope. So then when it goes in the water and I pull it out, I can roughly tell how deep it is, where the tape's wet or where it.
Yeah.
You know, if I can still see it, or I'll get a pole and be like, right, that's too deep for waders, you know. But yeah, I get what she's saying. You can, you know, slip or.
No, and the last comment, really, the last comment is from the Leeds Magneteers, and their comment is that they have a 4-ton winch. Which is how they get theirs back if and when they get their magnets stuck.
I think we,
as they're saying, it's not advisable to get in the water.
yeah,
Like the guy said, sometimes it's a lot of money to leave behind.
yeah,
And there is other groups that will come along and help. Absolutely. You know, Dippers and Scrappers group in general is not just there for people to scrap. It's there also as a rescue. You know, if somebody loses a magnet, providing you post a postcode or a certain area that you've lost it at, if there's anyone out there locally that can help, then the help will be given. You know, there's nothing worse than saving up for one of these very expensive magnets, and you see it all the time, where every week someone turns around and says, I've had to leave it behind, I've cut my rope. And you know, it must be heartbreaking, because they're not cheap. You know, and by all accounts, the stock on magnets, mate, on neodymium at the moment, since COVID started, the price of neodymium has tripled. So the prices of magnets retail ain't tripled, Vinny.
No.
So somewhere along the line, they was making a very, very, very big amount of profit once upon a time. Now their profit margin has very, very much decreased. But yeah, by all accounts, mate, according to a very reliable source, the stock, not the stock market, but the stock price, the financial price for neodymium has tripled since COVID started. And it can only be mined in Southeast Asia and in a couple of remote spots in Australia. So it's going to become a more and more raw material. It's going to become almost like a currency, especially the rarer it gets. You know what I mean? And that's why you can see these like Evo Plus, these Evolution Pluses and whatever, are retailing now for nearly £350 a pop. And you know, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
They are nice magnets. I mean, Martin's got the Evo
absolutely
Extreme,
of course.
You know, he had the Evo, and then he got the Evo Extreme, and I'll play about with that sometimes, and it's a nice bit of kit, but geez, when it gets stuck,
it would kill my back, mate. It would kill my back after 10 throws of that and pulling the stuff in. You don't want to get that stuck on a metal edge or a metal roof, you know what I mean? And
we get stuck on metal now, right? But me and Martin always take a bit of wood with us and a hammer. So try and put the wood down on the edge and try and basically pull the magnet over the wood, and then lift the wood up. It does help and does work sometimes. You just got to get the knack of it. You know, but I've lost. I lost 3, but they're only small magnets, and my 550 at the moment took a battering. I think the bolt come loose, so on one side of it, the lip weren't high enough.
Right.
So I think I've thrown it in, and it's
come out the clamp. It's moved. The magnet inside's moved along the clamp.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So then I think it's hit a sharp corner or something. Took a chunk out of it. And slowly it's more and more coming out, and I'm just like, if it goes through to the other side, the whole thing's going to fall through. So
that's what you don't want.
No, I'm saving up at the moment. You know, I can't be like Martin. Martin's got loads of magnets, you know. But
no,
I don't know, I've still got my little 250 from Online Magnets. I've still got that, and that, you know.
That 220 Pro from Magnet Store was the bollocks, man.
It works a treat. I'm like, cheers, you know, it does.
And you don't have all that heavy stuff to move out for the scrap man, because it don't pull up the heavy stuff. But it pull up knives and handguns and that all day long, you know. And that's what a lot of people don't realise. You know, you can spend 50, 60 quid on a magnet and have just as much fun and probably a better experience than when you spend 300 quid and you're worrying with every single throw, is this going to be the last time I see this magnet? You know what I mean?
You know, what's going to be on it, or...
Absolutely, you know, yeah.
Like,
this is...
And I think it's Aaron from East Midlands magnet fishing. I think he's lost 3 because of finding grenades or something, and he's...
Yeah, see, I've always took mine off the grenades.
I
no, you shouldn't. But I've never heard of one explode, mate.
Yeah.
You know, once it's been in the water, and it's probably World War II, it's been in there for 80 years. What's the chances that it's going to explode? I ain't losing a magnet, and
No.
I mean, on an artillery shell, I took the magnet off and it sparked. And then on a grenade, I put the grenade in the bucket, and then as I lowered the grenade to the bottom of the bucket to try and get the magnet off,
Yeah.
to get the grenade off the magnet, I picked up one of Jim, Magnet Warrior London. I picked up one of his artillery shells with the magnet. So I got rid of the grenade and then picked up his artillery shell. So yeah, you do have to be careful, and I think a lot of it is just common sense, mate. You know, if there was reports that bombs were going off that had been in the water for 8 years on a weekly basis, then I don't think anyone would remove them from a magnet.
No.
But it doesn't happen. They do controlled explosions on these devices. There's nothing explodable left in them when they've been in the water that long. You know what I mean? And I think it's safe as hands is personally. And you know, I've took off 2 grenades and 1 artillery shell, and each time, everyone around me ran away just in case, because they wanted to be safe. But I weren't going to lose a 50 quid magnet. So, you know, old fucking muggins here. I took it off the magnet, and all we did lose was a bucket, because the police like to take the bucket away that you leave in, and they don't bloody replace that, and you barely get a thank you. But no, that's neither here nor there.
Like when they're like, oh, put it in a bucket of water and all that, and we'll come. And then they come, take it out of bucket water, put it in a box, and then they're just walking along with it in a box.
Absolutely crazy. I think they are bomb-proof, them boxes, but even so, you know, it's...
Can't you give us one
it's
of
funny.
them?
It's a funny old world, mate. And don't you find, now that you don't fish Peterborough and Cambridge exclusively anymore, do you? You go further afield.
Yeah.
Don't you find that police forces in different areas of the country, that they're all so different?
Yeah,
definitely. Like we find that the Suffolk police love us, Essex police hate us, and the Metropolitan police just know there's going to be a road closure. So they particularly don't, you know what I mean, they don't particularly like magnet fishing.
Well, we had,
because it's a busy place, London.
We had the bomb squad come down for my mate Gary, because he found the World War II Mills grenade with the pin still in.
Yeah, I did.
The police come along and all that, right? And then they're like, you know, they're all shocked, like, oh my god, you actually found that? Who found it? Blah blah. Like, and I'm like, look, you know, do you mind us filming, because I'll do YouTube? And yeah, go ahead, you know. They just said if armed police turn up or bomb squad, then put the camera on the bottom of them. Don't get their faces because of what they do. All right,
absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
So I just done a little video and all that, and then before the bomb squad went, I said, oh, you know, there's only 1 grenade. And he said, oh, just be careful fishing here, because there's loads of ammunition and grenades and World War II stuff in here. And I was like, yeah, okay. I was like,
that's a case,
fishing Peterborough for 2-3 years and all that in the same spots. And you're telling me there's loads of ammo. Where is it then?
Yeah.
You know, sorry, but...
No, that's people making assumptions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's...
We've rented kayaks out and all that and gone up and down the rivers, and we've not found anything like that. We find guns, yeah, but you know, not loads of ammo like the bomb squad was saying. And I thought, really, are you just saying that because you're sick and tired of, I don't know, coming out?
I don't know. I'll tell you what, right? We've found more ammo than we've found anything else.
Yeah, same.
But I think we've, you know, almost all calibers. The only thing that we haven't found is a sniper, like a .50.
Oh yeah.
But I've known magnet fishers that have. But
I've got a couple of these, and they're only the 9mm tips.
Look, yeah, mate.
You know,
men's.
They're
that's
the tips.
Nice, mate.
Because the bottom's all corroded when I was trying to clean them, so I was just like, oh, I'll keep the tips of them. I've got about 21, and eventually I want to try and see if I can get someone to drill through the top and turn them into key rings.
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it?
But yeah, they're little cool finds, and I thought because they're only the tips, I can keep them.
Yeah. No, mate. No, I think that's a really good idea, actually.
Should leave them next to the front door, innit? Leave them in a pile next to the front door, so when someone knocks in it, oh, we're from, you know, oh, are ya?
No, blimey.
We're trying to sell catalogues. Would you be interested in a catalogue? Just step to the side when I see them. All right.
Excuse me. No. Well, we are approaching an hour, Vinny.
Yeah.
And shout out your channel. Tell everyone what you want. Please, everyone, go and subscribe to Vinny and Drag the Mag.
Go and check my channel out. It's not just magnet fishing on there. There is a couple of videos from towns exploring as well. A couple of buskers on there. I've got one main guy on there called Peter Axelson. He's a guitar player. Yeah, go and watch that video as well. He's an amazing guitar player if you like acoustics. But yeah, go and give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll do the same as well.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about,
I try and subscribe to as many people as I can that subscribe to me.
As you know, Vinny, the magnet fishing community is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, it's getting bigger. And
even more so when it comes to YouTube channels. They're popping up left, right, and centre. So what we can do as a community is we can offer our support and we can subscribe to everyone.
Yeah.
But please remember, there's not enough time in the day to watch every single person's videos.
Yeah, no. So I've got about 45, 50 videos just to catch up on YouTube, and that's just from today. People are uploading,
Wow.
I'm just like, and that's loads. I follow a lot of these auditing Britain sort of.
Yeah, so do I, mate. Yeah, auditing Britain and whatever. Yeah. The new one that's just started that Callum's part of. DJ Audits, fucking brilliant. Awesome.
I love
channel.
Stuff like that, so I've got a lot of them to watch. I've got loads of them to watch, but I sort of go through my page and I'm thinking, I've had one dislike on every video that I upload at the moment. I've got one dislike, but you know what? Thank you. If anyone's on this live watching it, and that is the one person that is disliking my videos, I just want to say thank you. Because
at least you say how it is, son.
Because YouTube is not seeing it as a dislike.
No,
they're seeing it as a view, because you've had to go on my video to then give it a dislike. On your homepage on YouTube, you can't just scroll down and go dislike or like. You have to click on that person's video.
What do you think regarding what YouTube announced last week, and that is that dislikes are no longer public viewing? Only the YouTuber theirself can see dislikes now. The general public can't, and I think it's a terrible idea because it used to give.
I don't.
Well, I'll tell you why I think it's a bad idea, Vinny. Because the world is full of scam artists.
Yeah.
And when there's a video out there from a certain influencer who's trying to get people to, he's being paid mega bucks to promote a product, and he gets flagged straight away. If you look at the bottom of the video and you see 10,000 dislikes and 1,000 uplikes, deep down straight away, without even viewing that video, the content is rubbish. Yeah, and now you've got no way of knowing.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, I'd rather go on a video where it's got, say, 20 likes and 50 dislikes, because then I can sit there and think, if it's got loads of dislikes, then I don't want to be watching that. There's a reason why it's got. But yeah, for them to hide it and all that, it's a bit.
That's all to do with money, mate. It's all to do with advertising dollars.
Yeah,
it's because the people will not click on a video that's got too many thumbs down. Yeah. So they lose ad revenue because not as many people watch that video. Yeah. So regardless of what they've said about it's to help the small YouTuber, and because people are having anxiety attacks and that regarding getting dislikes on their video, it's just like the government. They tell you one thing, but really they're doing it for a complete and utter different reason.
Yeah.
And that's the same with nearly everything in this world. It's all money orientated. It's all class divided, and it's all power driven.
It's the same with the new variant. Even the first one, the COVID. If you read that backwards, it spells Divok. and Divok was something to do with loads of conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Now the Omicron, if you rearrange the letters, it actually
That's
spells out
scary.
Crimbo.
I know.
It's funny how it's come out now. We're not.
How? You couldn't make it up, mate.
Yeah. Why has it come out now? We're not a few months ago, or you know.
Come on.
And I know when the first one come out, the first lockdown come out, was when I started noticing all these 5G towers going up. You know, so what they're trying to do now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's just another way to install stuff to our system. I mean, I should really, but I'm not. I've had my first vaccine. I've not gone and got the second one.
I'm the same.
Because
I've had one. I've only had one.
How can anybody, I know people are watching this and all that, but this is my own personal opinion about this whole COVID thing. How do you know they are not implanting you with COVID-19 when they give you that jab? How do you
they
know
must
they're
be
not?
To a certain degree. They must be to build up an immune system to it. They must be. There must be a small element of COVID
that's
in
what I'm
there.
thinking. How do you know they're not, you know, infecting you with COVID-19 by giving you that jab?
And people's immune systems are different.
You know, yeah.
You know, some people can handle it. Some people get a bad instance, and other people die.
Well, it's been out for what, a year and a half, I'd say, probably. I've not had no symptoms, you know, with coughing and all that, and our sneezes, with me and missus, we've got testing kits in the drawers. You know, we do rapid tests a few times a week and all, but only because of what I do in magnet fishing. I do meet other magnet fishers and all that, and I just do it because I want to feel safer, you know.
Absolutely.
Like stuff like that, you know, but no symptoms and all that. I feel sorry for her little brother, like my missus' little brother. He had COVID, showed no symptoms or nothing. We was round there, didn't know or anything. We went and got a COVID test, and it come back negative.
And yet it's supposed to be so contagious.
Yeah, you know, and he was in the same room as us and everything. How, you know?
Well, Pete was here on the 20th of November for my birthday night, and he had a PCR test prior to coming round.
Yeah.
And the next day, he sent me a screenshot from the NHS to say that when you last took your test, you had COVID. You're now to self-isolate for 10 days. So he contacted me and told me, and I said, "Have you got any symptoms?" And he said, none whatsoever.
Yeah.
And over the next week, he had a couple of days where he had a bit of a snivel. He said, and he had a bit of a sore throat at one stage. He started to worry. Yeah. But the whole time, he didn't lose his smell. He didn't lose his taste. A couple of days later, he was right as rain. But he was still forced from work. He wasn't allowed to go to work, obviously. They have no scheme in place as to paying people that are off with COVID. So that's 10 days you have to go with no money coming in. You know, and it's like I don't know how they can do it, mate. Because just this COVID.
What else I've done, right, was took the COVID test and all that, and come back negative. Cool. I then went and drank Tango Orange, then took the COVID test and it come back positive.
Well,
you tell me how that works.
I don't believe these PCR tests, mate.
You know, it's a fizzy drink and it's come back positive. So you're telling me that all these people out there, you know, that have got COVID-19, sorry, but they probably had a fizzy drink and then done a test or, you know,
PCR is very, very unreliable, I think, and that's what's finally coming out to the public now. Yeah. It's a very unreliable test. And
I think it's a lot of people, you know, like I myself, I've been saying, you know, I want answers, you know, since it started, because you look at the statistics, basically, and the death rates. You look at the death rates, you know, I know 3 people, one died of cancer, one died of a heart attack, unfortunately, and one died just in a car crash. But because they had a COVID test and it come back positive, but then obviously they died within the 28 days of these 3 different things.
Their death certificate will have COVID.
The hospital said COVID related, And the autopsy, basically they done an
It's
autopsy
so
on
wrong,
him
mate.
because of the heart attack, and they wanted to know why he had a heart attack at a young age, blah blah. And all the autopsy was basically non-COVID related. You know, he said one was cancer and heart attack and a car crash. You know, and
Yeah,
internal
yeah.
bleeding.
I've heard numerous stories like that, mate.
Yeah,
Where
no
people have
COVID
been
related.
no, but
You
because they've had a PCR test in that 28 days, then if they die, then it's purely down to COVID.
Sorry,
And
like,
it's all wrong, mate.
I could go and get a test, come back positive, but then randomly you'll accidentally get run over tomorrow and die. But because that's happened and I've had a test,
symptomatic or not,
COVID.
you will still have your death certificate will say COVID.
Yeah, COVID when it's not.
This is what I don't agree with. And
is,
I'm not the only one, and you're not the only one.
No.
The internet is rife with famous people that think our ways as well. Russell Brand is one of them.
Yeah.
He really does not believe in the COVID, you know, and he's not the only famous person. There are in there abundance.
Loads.
We've got professional sports people in all categories of sports, all refusing to take it, refusing to get their children vaccinated. Whereas you've got half the population that are just banging down the doors trying to get the vaccination, trying to get a booster, trying to get their fifth booster.
I believe
it's ridiculous, mate.
I don't believe that as well. Like getting your kids vaccinated. Sorry, but that's against human rights. Having
to have it done for work. What about the people that work within the NHS and they're being told that as of April next year, if you're not boosted and double COVID jabbed, we're going to sack you.
Yeah,
and tribunals are saying we won't stand by you. This is a new legislation, and it's wrong.
You've got to be double vaccinated in order to go shopping now.
Well, I ain't fucking double vaccinated, mate, and I eat on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So you're not going to stop me. What I have noticed, especially around here, is that everyone is starting to wear masks again.
Yeah, that's happened here as well.
It's like they stopped, didn't they? For a few months, everyone stopped. They started getting a little bit more complacent. Yeah, absolutely. But do you know what, Vinny? Even I'm one of them sheep. I don't agree with the COVID. I don't agree with the vaccination, and I might only have one jab.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, out of respect for my elders, I will wear a cheap mask.
Yeah, definitely. The
you know, and that's the only. I'll wear it, and as soon as I come out the shop, it's off my face. But I'm doing it out of politeness, not because I'm being told to, not because I'm. It's just because I'm a good guy, you know, and like I don't want to offend anyone if possible. You know what I mean?
I don't think it should be a law though that you have to wear them. I think it should be freedom of choice.
Absolutely.
You know, you have a choice to wear it. If you don't want to wear it, that's fine.
Well, this new variant that's in the news at the moment, they reckon that there's more people catching it that are double jabbed than those that haven't had a jab yet.
Yeah.
So work that one out.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like they're making it so confusing that you've got to be a rocket scientist to work it all out. You know, and that's the way the elite and the hierarchy have always worked.
Yeah.
To try and confuse their people. You know, and let's face it, mate, there's nothing more confusing in the world right now than COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a bit naughty. That was very naughty. Ouch. Oh, that was a bit naughty, that was. I think she wants her evening walk. Well, Vinny, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Sweet, man, anytime.
Please, everyone, please, if you could do anything for me right now, head over to Drag the Mag on YouTube, drop him a subscription. It don't cost nothing. Yeah. Honestly, if you're going out over the weekend, keep safe, sunshine.
Yeah, I would.
Stay in touch.
One more video, and then I've hit 50 videos on my channel. So
wonderful, mate. Wonderful.
I've got one more video to do. I like to tell everyone as well that I am now out of Facebook jail. So you can comment on my page, and I will be posting more.
Mate, you're in Facebook jail more than you're out of Facebook jail.
Oh, I know. That's it though. This time that was 30 days.
I know so many people the same, mate.
The next one's a 3-month one.
Oh my God, mate, that's a long time. You know what I mean? You think 12 years ago, social media didn't exist.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, just the thought of going into prison makes me think, then I lose my phone, I lose social media.
Just one thing you've got to say, like, you've got to now start putting stars and hashtags in your words, just so you can't
you got to
put swear word, you know.
And so much can be construed as racism when it's not even racist at all.
No.
But their algorithm, their little moderators, their robot moderators, as I like to call them, they pick up on any little thing right now.
Yeah.
And you can't even reference a Chinese restaurant, the short form anymore. Because someone got
banned for when England burst Italy.
Oh yeah.
In the game,
Final.
I got banned because I put on my status, these effing Italian cheaters. That was it. Got banned.
Yeah, but you labelled all Italians as cheaters. That's what it was.
Yeah,
and they probably are. It's the birthplace of the mafia, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They probably invented corruption.
You got banned for 7 days. So I was like, really?
That's mad.
Just for saying that, I was like, can't I just delete comment before they quickly see it? And I was like, oh, it's too late. Like, I don't know how they can see it so quick.
I think it's literally an algorithm. That Mark Zuckerberg is a very intelligent man, and he's got artificial intelligence working behind the scenes, mate. Yeah. It's all to do with this metaverse that's creating around us as we speak. Definitely. And something I'm going to be talking about a hell of a lot more in the future.
Yeah,
is the metaverse, because I'm watching a hell of a lot about it on YouTube. Yeah. And I think that every day's a learning experience, mate, and every day you can teach yourself something.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. Right, well, Vinny, you've been our only guest to ever make it right through to the last ever bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna. You can actually say goodbye with me to everyone. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I will go back over the comments this evening, and I will try and answer everyone individually. Please hit that like button and share this video if you can. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your continued support. Have a prayer for Beth, please, right now. Let's wish her and her daughter well. No one should be going through what she's going through right now. Magnets and Mental Health is going to be a weekly event, so I will be back every single Saturday night now, without fail, 7 p.m. So yeah, absolutely wonderful. Thank you for joining, Vinny.
That's right.
Hope you get a few subscribers out of it, Sunshine.
Yeah, definitely.
And we will speak in private message like we normally do.
Definitely, mate. I'll give you a message on that.
Yeah, sweet as. You take care, son.
See you later, everyone. Take care.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining. See you later, peeps. Cheers, Vinny.